Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hold on, wait. Okay, so I have, in fact, determined that the source of the buffering in the stream is the Wi Fi. So I'm going to try to do my best to make sure we're on data from now on. Hi. At least on my phone. I don't know if it's the same on my computer. And I finally did it. I finally woke up before sunrise and with enough gusto to do a live very early, and that's where we're at. We have this light orb. Orientation is locked. Good. This light orb here, which my sister got me for my birthday. Thank you. And this candle here. And this is our lighting because it's dark, so we need lights. And I love lights. Good morning. Today is October 6th. Today is October 6th, and yesterday was a nice day. It's Monday. Today is Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday to the people to all those who celebrate and recognize. To all of those who celebrate, I want you to be able to see my face, but the hood is also important to me. You know this. You know this. You get it. It's important to you too, actually. I'm sure. I'm certain. Hello. I actually do wake up around this early every morning because I have a cat, and the cat is the timekeeper, and we're on a new schedule by which he wants to go outside. And he always wants to go outside, but now I've been letting him be out there a little bit more. We have a contraption, not a contraption, we have a house. We have a house built for him outside, where, it's close enough that when I open this window up here, I can hear him say meow if he's ready to come inside, and when he's ready to come inside, because he does. He also says meow when he's closed downstairs, which I've been doing recently. But my preference, I'll tell you this, my preference is to have the cat in this room with me all the time, but he has taken to chewing on wires, which he always does, but only when someone's watching. And this has been leading me to put him downstairs and close the door, which I think is what he wants. I don't know why he can't just go downstairs on his own accord with the door open like it is, because he's got access, but he wants to be closed down there. Because cats are, made of liquid, so he'll take up the space of whatever space he's in. Is that gas? It's gas and liquid. Solids are the ones that keep their shape better, right? Anyway, so now he's been letting me know in the night when he wants to go downstairs, because he'll start chewing on something he knows he's not supposed to be chewing on. And then I'll put him downstairs, and I'll go back to sleep. And then in the morning, he'll tell me meow. This morning he told me meow around 4:40. I gave him his liquid breakfast because he's got a sensitive tummy. And if I don't feed him when he's telling me meow, he'll eat his solid food and then he'll throw up. Because having a cat is like having a toddler a little bit. It's kind of like having a dog is like having a toddler a little bit. They're both not like having a toddler because toddlers learn how to speak and very directly express their opinions, whereas dogs and cats can only indirectly express their opinions in a language developed between them and their person. Whereas toddlers eventually learn to communicate very clearly with the whole world because they're people and they become people. Anyway, I give Zuko his special breakfast, which is human baby food, which is just human, food that we would give to a human baby. I'm giving it to my cat baby because the vet said it was okay. And it's been helping. He's been throwing up a lot less, which has been really, really cool. So I feed him that in the morning. And now, instead of coming back up here to the window, he goes to the door because he wants to go outside. And it's still been fucking hot out. It's still been hot outside. Yesterday, it was. No, it was the day before yesterday. It was like a high of 88, and that was really nice. But yesterday was actually sunny, and it's like fine in the shade, but it's not fine in the not shade. So, and that's no shade to the shade. It's shade to the not shade because the sun is hot. And am I going to put a tripod? I guess I want to. It's right here. Let's see. I love all this light. I do. I do love all this light. Good morning. So now it's 5:20. 5:20 in the AM. And I don't know. I guess maybe I don't want the tripod. I did want to put the I was like, I have enough gusto to do a live. She barely does. I'm still having so much fun with this. I love it so much. Even like while I was getting it, I didn't realize like how much I'm seeing it. And I already do even see like this circle so much, but if I'm wearing sleeves, like I'm not. So this is I might just like get the rest of my tattoos on my hands. I've never really been for myself like a body tattoo kind of person because I want to see it. Anyone who's ever like, yeah, I got a tattoo on my back and like I forget it's there. I'm like, well, you know, I want to remember. The tattoos for me are for remembering. Very directly are for remembering. So, this one's just been so much fun. It's like my second first tattoo because it's on my hand. It's on my finger. I'm really enjoying it. Good morning. Today's October 6th, and with any luck, this live will upload on this day, the day of October 6th. Sorry? Gusto we have. Today I have therapy. I have therapy in the morning also, so I'm glad to be doing this now at 5:22 in the morning because I have therapy later. And then I've got some stuff coming up this week, and I'll still be doing lives, but I'm probably going to start talking about stuff more on a delay. I'll talk about like events in my life on a delay because not even you, the person watching who I super duper appreciate, needs to know everything that I've got going on the second that it's going on. I don't know anybody who needs to know that. There are some people who ask, and they get to know. There's some people who show up when I'm doing stuff like this, and they get to know some things, but not everything, I guess. I don't know. Good morning. This is my normal wake-up routine. What I've been doing recently has been more like falling asleep around like also October, so we got the skeleton. October, so we got the skeleton that we always have, but this time we're externalizing it. We can call this an exoskeleton, okay? I really am like an up in the wee hours of the morning person. I used to say I'm an up in the night person, but like my most like successfully like happy and healthy, like I know this is different, but it is not like unhealthy, I don't think. I think the up in the night is really unhealthy because it feels like doom sometimes. Sometimes it feels like doom. Be like, I'm awake at 1, I'm awake at 2, and like many of the people who I like to enjoy my waking hours with won't be up for many hours, and you feel by yourself, and then you sleep all day when the people who are day dwellers who you like are awake. So by you, I mean me. You too, probably. I bet you also have the sleeping. Why wouldn't you? You know that bit? Anyway, my most, like, I don't want to say productive. I guess I want to say effective. My most effective flow of like going to sleep and waking up is falling asleep. I don't know. I guess last night I fell asleep sometime before like 10 because Zuko first woke me up at 11:30 and I couldn't believe the audacity. I said, "Bish, this is still October 5th when you're waking me up." It was. It was 11:30 last night that he woke me up and was like, "I need to be locked downstairs or I'm going to do all these things upstairs that you don't want me to do." And he knows I wouldn't close him downstairs unless he's being bad. And now he doesn't even, not even now, but like when I close him downstairs, when he doesn't want to be closed downstairs, it's immediate with the meows. And now he's not meowing at me. He's just saying thank you and going and fucking off and doing whatever he wants downstairs. I don't know what it is, but um, yeah. So at 11:30, I put him down there. At 4 something, he woke me up and said he was ready. He was ready for his routine. So every morning that I've been doing that, I've been coming back up here and falling back asleep until I hear him say meow. I have the window open so I can hear him. I just recently watched the live that I did yesterday on October 5th, and I am caffeinated. The bish is full of caffeine. And it's a completely different, like, pace of both thoughts and speech than all these other lives that I've been doing. It was just so strikingly different to me. So I wonder if you noticed that too. Let me know if you're like, what the fuck? Because I was only not like, what the fuck? Because I knew I had drank coffee, and then I was glad that I brought up the coffee because I go through ebbs and flows with the coffee. Sometimes I'm an every morning coffee kind of person. And I was going to say never say no. I won't usually say no. And I also don't really have a specific way that I like my coffee. Sometimes I like it black. Sometimes I like it with like just some like cream or half and half. Sometimes I like it black with sugar. Sometimes I like it like with all the things in it. I don't really like flavors. I'm not really like a vanilla or like a salted caramel kind of, I like coffee, the flavor. Or okay, but I will do mocha. I will do mocha. I am a chocolate bitch, and um, for a long time, my like go-to Starbucks order was a white chocolate mocha, which I guess is not even really chocolate. That's just more sugar. But I digress. They call it a mocha, so and they call it white chocolate. I don't know. Is that just because chocolate's so good, and if they called it basically sugar, it would have less of a market? Who's to say? Red velvet is the same way. People call red velvet chocolate in a way that they don't call white chocolate chocolate. And I feel like sometimes that's true and sometimes it's not. Sometimes red velvet tastes chocolatey, but other times it tastes red velvety. Do you know what I'm saying? Are you a fan? Let me know. Let me know. I put the tripod on, so I might as well do some stuff with my hands. With gusto. With gusto, we woke up this morning. Really, this is my, like, if I can do live streams at like this time o'clock every day for the rest of October, that would be really cool. I'm not going to get upset with myself if that's not what happens, because I do have some plans this month. And I'll tell you about them more after they happen. I already mentioned going to California. So as that happens, I'll let you know. But otherwise, I'm just going to be going with the flow. This was the flow this morning. I saw an opportunity and I jumped on it because eventually I would like to, and I don't know if the 10/10 special is going to end up happening. It might be closer to a Halloween special, which I wasn't really planning on. But it might just be how the cookie crumbles because I'm not ready. Quite frankly, I'm not ready for such a special. Today is the 6th. I'm doubling up on therapy again. I doubled up on therapy last week. This week I need it again. So that's what we're doing because I have a therapist who's willing to do that and I appreciate her. Hold on. I realized I was covering my mouth from you, but really I need to cover it from the mic because you're a screen. This is a live stream also, in case you didn't catch that yet. This is a live stream. No one's here right now, but you might be watching the playback. And by no one's here, I mean I'm just here. And I count. But you might be watching the playback. So if you are, hello. And by if you are, I mean you definitely are. If this is reaching you, then you are. So hello. Good morning. I hope that you have a good day. I wonder when you're going to watch this. This probably won't upload until later. I don't know. I guess like YouTube is giving me a delay anyway. I don't even have to delay my own shit. All I have to do is show up. All I have to do is show up. And that's what I've been doing. So that's been cool. I did start doing live streams too. Like, I'm doing one every day in October, but I kind of started at the end. At the end of... Okay, bitch, come on. I started kind of at the end of December, the last couple of days. September. I kind of started at the end of September, the last couple of days. I was doing lives. And I guess I've decided that I like lives better than videos. And I've talked about this already. What haven't I talked about? I was going to say jewelry, but I talked about losing my rings. And all the other stuff I'm thinking about that I haven't spoken about. I don't really want to. So that's my prerogative, mofo. Ugh. I borrowed this book from someone who I care about so much, but who I don't know if like things are gonna work out with. And it'd be really easy to blame somebody, but I'm not going to, because if stuff doesn't work out, then it's just not meant to. It's not anybody's fault. And I hope that it does, but if it doesn't, I don't want to force anything. I'm not forcing no mo. I used to be really, really like, persistent in the 3D, but not in ways related to myself, in ways related to other people. And you know what? You need to save all of your persistence for yourself and for your own endeavors. If someone's not giving you the time of day, don't like poke at them until they do. Because if they wanted to, they would. And if they can't, then maybe it doesn't have anything to do with you. And you're not helping yourself by like following up when it's not the time for that. Everyone who I care about either knows that I care about them or no, I don't think there's any or. Everyone who I care about either knows that I care about them or would rather believe that I don't. And love and care doesn't look the same all the time because people show up differently all the time. And just because I cared about you, like, and expressed it in this one way in the physical in the past, like, doesn't mean that's how it's always going to be. And vice versa. I know that people can't always express their love and care to me in the same way that they always have. And I'll just sit here and be willing to receive whatever love and care does come to me, because I'm open. I'm open to it. We fixed the body language. We adjust the body language to demonstrate openness instead of demonstrating hunched over gremlin-ness. Ugh. Pin me to the wall so that my spine knows what it's like to sit up straight. Oy vey. Good morning. Good morning. I was having some really fucking weird and vivid dreams, and it was about people who I knew, but I knew that it wasn't really them because they were wearing colors that they wouldn't normally wear. These things make sense to me in my dreams. Even in my dream, I'm like, what are you wearing? I didn't ask that, but like, I questioned. I was like, what is this? And if I could be like a cartoon character who has like the same outfit on every single day except for like very special episodes, I would do that. If it wasn't like a little bit weird to, and I guess it's not, if I wanted to buy like 7 or 8 of the same shirt and wear those every single day until they've got holes in them and I need new shirts. Ugh, I have to do laundry. Last week I was so on top of my laundry, and this week I let the laundry pile up. So that's part of what I'm going to be doing today, is a bunch of laundry. Therapy, a bunch of laundry. My stomach is grumbling, so after this I'm going to eat a banana. I'm still having fun with the new tattoo. It's freaking cute. Really fun. Every time I get a tattoo, I think I could have been a little smaller. And like I'm definitely fine with the size that it's at. It's not huge, but like in my brain I'm like, it could have been a little bit teenier. But it's actually perfect. It's actually perfect the way it is, and I'm really happy about it. I'm really excited about it. And some people don't want to get tattoos like on their hands or, other places where clothes like don't cover it up necessarily because they want to be able to look professional in professional settings. If my professional setting is not okay with me having a tattoo, then it's not mine. It's not for me. I'm trying to let stuff that isn't for me fall away more naturally rather than trying to change myself so much to fit into spaces that wouldn't welcome me as I am. You deserve to be welcomed as you are. You deserve to be loved as you are. You're lovable the way you are. And I know that because I love you. Still, I don't care what you've done. I do. I mean, like, I do care what you've done, but like more than I care about what you've done, I care about how you feel about it now and how you talk about it now. We can't change the past. The past is very much set in stone kind of thing. And we only have control over right now, and what we do right now affects tomorrow more than what we did yesterday affects tomorrow. Does that... We can do things today and nothing erases the past, but you can let people know that you've made changes. You can let People know that you're seeking to be different, and changes don't happen overnight. Changes take a long time. And on some level, it's like, I don't believe that people like change as much as they come home to themselves. I think we were all born good. And there's not even necessarily good and bad, but there is like harm and not harm. And if you've done harm, as I have, as we all have, I should say if, I should say when, because everyone does harm. And sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's by accident. And the awareness of, all right, I did that, and I accept that about me. Just because you did something once doesn't mean it has to happen again. And I've talked about this before with the wiring of the brain. Beliefs are hard to override. Habits are hard to override, and it takes a lot of conscious effort, a lot of on purpose action and thinking. Thinking is, you are in control of your thoughts. And thought replacement is a really important exercise. If you're having thoughts that you don't like, you don't have to take ownership of those. You can let them go. If they stick around, that doesn't mean that you suck. It does not mean that, especially if you're uncomfortable. If thoughts are sticking around that you don't like and are making you uncomfortable, that's like an even like stronger sign that they're not yours. Everything that's yours is going to make you feel in flow and at ease and happy. Content is fine, but content is, to me, I'm like, that should be a stepping stone to more like elevated, like high frequency emotions. And by elevated, I don't mean energized, because you know what? Anger can have energy. Oh my God, did you hear my stomach? I don't know if you did. My stomach did just make a noise. Um, things that are like lower frequency emotions can still come with a lot of like physical energy. And that doesn't make them true, that just makes them loud. And sometimes things like happiness and joy, which are like really high frequency emotions, sometimes those like come across as a lot more calm rather than excited. Things don't have to be so like amped up all the time. And I had a dream last night where someone, it wasn't me, but I was watching someone confront their parents, and their parents were being dill holes, and I can't remember exactly what was happening, but I do remember that the person who I was watching was speaking with their parents very calmly, very quietly, very truly, very firmly, but not mean, not harsh, not screaming. I used to think that, and I grew up thinking that like the only way anyone was going to listen to me or take me seriously was by like losing my shit, by like being so upset about something that I physically would panic, and freak out, and you know, a tantrum is how it is perceived, really, and I don't think that's actually how it is. I think that, I don't even know if there's really a difference between like tantrums and I guess there are differences between tantrums and panic attacks. Tantrums are for people who I don't know, I was going to say are young or are not understanding their feelings, but really I think it's like people who are just being taken over by their feelings. Whether you understand them or not, whether you're young or you're old, if you're being overtaken by emotion and behaving in a way that you later don't agree with, don't align with, that you know you don't align with, that's not you. And it doesn't have to be you. You don't have to take ownership over every thought that you have. Thoughts are more like, and I've said this before, thoughts are more like farts than nuggets of gold that you want to keep safe all the time. Sometimes you just gotta let a thought go. And the longer you entertain a thought, if you give a thought a drink, if you tell a thought, sit on the couch, if you tell a thought, do you want to watch a movie, if you tell a thought all these things, if you entertain it and you invite it to stay. If you don't do any of those things, if you see the thought and you let it pass like a cloud, or pass like a fart, pass like whatever it is, something that goes away, if you don't give it energy. We very much have control over where our energy goes. That's the power of each of us as individuals with focused attention. You have the control of where your focused attention goes. And if it's going somewhere that's making you upset, then put it somewhere else. Even if it's just for a little bit, take a break. I know it's easier said than done. And I don't even know if it would work for everybody. This is just what has worked for me. Because I have no less than 1 million feelings at all times. And I'm learning how to decide which thoughts, which feelings get what energy from me. That's the discernment that I'm learning. And it's taken me a long time. And a lot of people learn this like when they grow up without even really realizing it. But that wasn't my experience. So I'm learning it on purpose. Now, at this time, because this is where I'm at. It's 5:47 in the morning. And I think this is my longest October live that I've done now. And I could keep talking, but I think I want to go back and lay down. I think I'm tired. Thank you. Thank you for watching this and for being here. And if you have thoughts for me, drop a comment or something. Let me know somehow. I'm on Instagram, on Instagram at Sammy_made_this. There are ways to reach out to me. If you have my phone number, you're not blocked. Let me tell you that much. I'm not blocking people's phone numbers anymore. Anyone who needs to send me energy can, all right? And I'll alchemize it however I need to. If you can't alchemize your own energy, I'll help. Even if you don't understand that that's what's happening. Not everyone does. I'm tired. I'm gonna go. I love you so much. It's October 6th. It's Monday. To go to work. I finally woke up. I am excited. I am excited that I hope that I keep on this trend. All right.